Now, I want all parents out there to sit up and take notice. We're about to talk about your child's development and, in particular, depth perception and why it is so important to get your child reading as early as possible to develop, I think, one of life's most essential skills.
Earlier we spoke about how parents can help improve their child's depth perception. We're continuing the conversation with our regular creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush. Nikki, how important is it for a child to be able to focus or even track a moving object?
Incredibly important, Leigh-Anne, because when they eventually sit down to read and learn how to read, they need a strong visual system where the eyes can move from left to right smoothly, where they can hold an object or a word in focus for long enough to read it. And very often, if their eyes have jerky movements or if their visual system is not strong enough because maybe they've been too sedentary, maybe they've been playing too much on screens or sitting in front of TV where they're not moving, that does not strengthen that system. They need to be doing stuff where objects are moving at different focal depths. So, for example, I've got here a shape game. And what we do with a shape game like this is we get children to stack or to thread. Now, what I'm doing is I'm working in my midline. So I'm bringing my eyes into focus in the midline. But I could also be stacking here according to a copy card, a task card. So many good educational games come with a task card. Now, we can get our child to copy the card while it's flat in front of them, or we can shift the focal depth by sticking it up against a wall so that they have to look further away. Remember, one day they're going to be in a classroom looking at a blackboard far away or a whiteboard or a screen. And so that is very important that they're able to adapt and adjust. So a strong visual system will be adaptable to the environment.
Wow. Now, when it comes to reading books, I remember losing focus and not being able to track where I am as a young child. How do parents help their child to actually maintain focus when reading?
So to begin with, when you're reading to a small child, you often put your finger under the words that you're reading so that they can actually track where you're at. You're also making them track themselves. And when they start reading in the early times, they can also put their finger under the words and read as they touch, so to speak. Because remember, once again, we're multisensory. So it can help just to have a visual prompt of the finger, and eventually the finger just falls away.
So you've given us games, you've given us certain activities. What else can parents employ in helping their child to focus?
So here's just an easy one. Earlier in the show, we spoke about being able to bring the eyes into the midline to converge, that's squinting. And it's important. So these are bubbles. These are bubbles. When I blow the bubbles, I'm bringing my eyes into the midline to blow the bubbles, because I've got to be able to see where I've got to push my breath through that little hole. So, you know, we think of reading as being paper-based, but actually the precursor to reading is all about strengthening the visual system, all the muscles and processes and ligaments that go to bringing the eyes into play so that they can actually work with the words on the page.
Wonderful stuff. Well, this is amazing. This is what I call hashtag parenting goals right here. Any final words, Nikki, before we go?
Reading is a gift. But children need the foundations for reading. So please play with your children, give them the right kind of toys, and get that visual system strong and working.
Wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Nikki. Well, this is the kind of thing that actually makes learning and growing and educating your child fun as well.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So if you're looking to strengthen your child's depth perception and help them with focus and tracking, then I think you need to go and visit nikkibush.com.